Greetings, we're the twins with Liberated Living, and we want to share how you can genetically recode self-sabotaging patterns and limiting beliefs using therapeutic and holistic practices. Many of us are aware of negative belief systems that hold us back. However, what many of us may not be aware of is that our limiting beliefs and negative patterns are genetically encoded and transferred into our psychological and subconscious programming. If there's anything you desire to create which hasn't manifested, or goals you can't seem to accomplish and you've done everything in your power to get ahead, yet negative cycles keep repeating in your life, then it's likely you're experiencing soul blocks. If this resonates, then you're not alone, and it's not your fault. Your subconscious programming is preventing you from manifesting what you truly desire and instead resulting in self-sabotage, all of which could be originating from inherited beliefs. Sorry friends, I know it's unfair. Stay with us as we explore why. Our subconscious mind houses our beliefs and emotions, making up more than 90% of our brain and mind power. Social conditioning may have taught us that emotions are weak, when in fact it's the powerhouse of the mind. So what do we want to make the most of this internal power? As we form beliefs, our beliefs form our reality, whether consciously or unconsciously. Once we shift internally, we will also shift externally. If we want to improve our circumstances, we must first improve our psychology, because our personal psychology reigns supreme over our circumstances, not the other way around. Each of us realize that we are in part a product of our parents. Yet we may not be aware that the genes we inherit can dictate our outcomes due to the psychology of beliefs we also inherit, including our successes and failures. Default genetic programming can distort our perceptions and lead to self-sabotage caused by primary subconscious blocks or limiting beliefs. Can you relate to any of these common examples? Believing you have to work hard to succeed and struggle to survive, not believing you're good enough and worthy to receive more, preventing personal success and fulfillment, repetitive negative cycles including recurrent abuse, codependency, or addictions of any kind, unresolved trapped emotion, creating self-destructive patterns, ego-based fears including jealousy, competition, unhealthy entanglements, or other power struggles in relationships, conflicting beliefs, for instance, I want to be fit, but I don't want to eat healthy or exercise. If you feel burdened because you've been living with the belief that you have to try harder or settle for mediocrity, living in the fear of failure, and are open to transforming these common everyday barriers, then please listen on. There are solutions to recode genetic patterns for everyone and for every life circumstance. Self-defeating behaviors are common to everyone, and fortunately, we have the ability with effective strategies to rewire our neural circuitry and overcome these default tendencies, enabling us to thrive. Science has proven that genes and genetic inheritance are not only the physical characteristics of our lineage, but also the trapped emotions from unresolved traumas transferred from our ascendants. In other words, our epigenetics may be the greatest cause of all of our saboteurs. Yes, our genetics are to blame. Unfortunately, we can signal the correct gene code to manifest desirable outcomes because the expression of our gene code is changeable. With that said, did you know that generational healing is the fundamental step to unlock your potential by overcoming inherent self-doubt or limited beliefs? We're delighted to share these solutions to overcome unwanted negative patterns once and for all. What led us on our healing path was to remedy our own adverse childhood experiences using natural approaches. As twins, we experienced birth and childhood trauma, including autoimmune disorders that led to other chronic health conditions. We were confounded that medical professionals didn't understand the origins or pathologies of these various conditions, let alone educate us on how to correct it. After years of circling the medical merry-go-round with no success, we discovered that not one physician could understand or enlighten us on the interconnectedness of our whole anatomy. This only deviated us further off course and away from the solution, causing us to feel defeated, which compelled us to find the true panacea. It was evident to us that the traditional medical route wasn't the answer. We personally didn't feel intuitive about resorting to harmful drugs or risky surgeries in an attempt to solve our problems, but instead wanted to address the source of the issue. Consequently, this led us on the career path in natural medicine as holistic practitioners and therapists, while maintaining that standard both in our personal lives and professional practices. To be qualified and eligible therapists and practitioners, we must not only practice our own medicine, we must also master it. As we cultivated virtually all healing modalities, we discovered the solution and preeminence in holistic sciences. What we found most appealing about holistic medicine is that it's centered on addressing the whole scope of the individual on all levels, mental, physical, and spiritual, to achieve total wholeness, leaving nothing out and pinpointing the root cause, inspiring us to adopt an entirely holistic lifestyle. Knowledge of these sciences could have saved us many years of pain and suffering, and I'm sure many of you can relate. Each of these healing disciplines had a hand in signaling the correct gene expression. However, when we took it a step further to soul healing on a generational level, we permanently and effectively overcame these core challenges and discovered our breakthrough method. This led us to the development of our own unique P.A.N.A.C.E.A model and designing our soul work through generational healing systems that you won't find anywhere else. We dedicate our entire life's work to the profession of this vein and chose to be the chain breakers in our own family. When we start with generational healing, we get to the root of the matter quicker and for the long term. When we first address our psychology, we gain insight into the whole individual by starting with the soul level healing, which is the internal workings of the psyche. The definition of psyche is the human soul. Therefore, psychology means the study of the soul, and we should address healing on the soul level. After 20 years of working with clients, we discovered the common thread and found that genetic healing was at the heart of everyone's challenges, ours included. Even for those who don't know their biological parents, core epigenetic beliefs and programming is the common denominator underpinning each of our chief problems, which is necessary to address in order to both prevent and overcome life obstacles. Epigenetics is the study of heritable changes in gene expression, which many of you already know. What this means is that our inherent traits can be altered or rewritten with the right genetic coding. By reframing our beliefs and rewiring the neural circuitry of our inner psychology, we activate the correct gene expression and effectively heal the distortions of faulty programming. We all have negative default patterns that we wish to improve. Sure, some want to make certain to never repeat their parents' mistakes, perhaps even overcorrecting. Yet when we attempt to run away from our past and resist becoming like our parents, we actually meet more resistance and invite opposition into our lives, perpetuating the sabotage cycle. However, when we recode the heritable programming, we establish a healthy balance, achieving success and happiness. After designing these therapeutic programs for our clients and witnessing their breakthroughs, we decided we needed to make them available on a larger scale and compress them into a shortcut system using our P.A.N.A.C.E.A model. This was how we organically crafted our courses and signature programs, designed for those who would like to overcome default programming and take their life to the next level, as well as for coaches, therapists, and other practitioners to master their own medicine, ensuring they become the expert in their field with our already done for you programs. Our goal is to empower anyone toward their self-mastery in a spiritual, emotional, and physical capacity. This inner work will guide others to gain victory over their genetic predispositions, to rewire their mind for personal success, and finally begin to live life by design, not by default. So we're delighted to bring these solutions forward to share with those who would like to gain the same benefits just as we and many others have. Because we want to impact more lives, it's a privilege and honor to expand our reach with this online unique healing system. If we prolong our soul work, we only continue to repeat cycles of failure and self-sabotage, then pass these predispositions on to future generations, which amplifies these propensities generation after generation. While many of you have likely tried everything in your power to conquer these internal battles, there's a valid reason why you have struggled and felt defeated. It's normal, and we've all been there, so don't berate yourself. We succeed when we start with the source of the problem. The root of generational is gene, and the definition of Genesis is the beginning or root, implying that we must begin at the root with generational healing if we are to overcome obstacles and achieve lifelong success to advance our potential, as opposed to delaying it with needless suffering and living with pipe dream regrets. One of the greatest benefits of doing our inner soul work is by doing so, we liberate our own children from the ongoing burdens of these intergenerational chains. In this respect, the entire family benefits. Therefore, we created this P.A.N.A.C.E.A model from our collective years of experience and co-authored healing solutions to move into this deeper work to save you time, spare you and your loved ones from perpetual lessons and hardships that continue the chain of events, investing in a better future for everyone. The ego keeps us stuck in comfort zones and will resist change. As it's been said, comfort is the enemy of progress. Instead, you can dissolve the self-defeating behaviors of the ego and genetically recode your programming to rapidly manifest what you desire, no longer procrastinating what is important for your growth potential or your clients using empowering therapeutic strategies provided in our online healing courses.